To give you an idea also what propagation's been like here on 20 meters, I'm not hearing a lot of activity here on the northeast. Not hearing a lot of Europe or anything like that. You're actually the first outside the U.S. that I've heard in the last 3 or 4 hours. So perhaps luck of the draw, which maybe I have a whole lot of luck because it happens pretty often. But you're doing quite well with your 100 watts and doing fine. One quick question for you before I clear with you, because I've reached my destination here and I've got to jump out the mobile for a few minutes. But what antenna are you using? What are you using for an antenna? ZS1 Tango Mike Japan, November 2, Roger Roger, Able Mobile. Cool, is you running mobile too?
Fortunately, the noise blanker on the Kenwood QSO is outstanding. It's outstanding. At this moment in time, I'm using dual speed digital sound processing noise cancelling speaker, and it knocks out all the QRM and QRS, and it brings out the signal tremendously. And I need to look into putting this into the vehicle, but not at this moment in time. Because of my age, the hearing isn't all that great, so I do struggle a little bit. That's why I mainly use earphones. And when I have the opportunity, I want to get noise cancelling earphones, which will bring out the quality of the audio much better. But the Kenwood does a superb job in noise cancellation, I must say. The Land Cruiser diesel that I have picks up S7 noise from the diesel pump. So it manages to cancel that out. So it does work extremely well. Back to you, Eric. November 2, Romeo Alpha, ZS1, Tango Mike Juliet.
And I love my Prius Hybrid. I've got 116,000 miles on it. I average about 42 to 43 miles per gallon. And it saves me a lot of money, and it saves me a lot of fuel. But not the best vehicle for operating HF. But the 7000 does a much better job than the majority of HF mobiles for this particular vehicle. So there's nothing I can really nitpick about it. But you know what? Everything is a little bit of work. I've managed to be successful at QSOs such as ours via the mobile, regardless of the EFI and RFI issues within this vehicle, and been able to make it work. But the 7000 does a better job. here in the car. I've tried other mobile radios, the FT857, the 817ND, the 706 MK2G, and now the 7000. I haven't really had the TS480 in the car. I have played and put many hours on it at a base, but I've never in a vehicle. But out of all the mobile radios I have had in this vehicle, the 7000 does a superb job. So, but I'm very happy with it. Have you ever had the 7000, or have you ever compared the 7000 to your TS480 in the mobile by any chance? I'm kind of curious. ZS1 Tango Mike Japan, November 2, Radio America, over.
Negative. This is the first mobile station that I've installed, Eric. I do, the only other, I do have a TS50, old TS50, which, as I said, my brother left behind. And I do have a small Yaesu, the 897, I think it is. But I prefer the Kenwood. I prefer the Kenwood. So it's got a detachable head. The rig's in the back or in the middle, and the head is now on the passenger side. I've made the decision never to drive and talk at the same time. So I'll get my XYL when we've got long distances to travel. She drives and I'm the passenger and I can play radio. But I've not tried anything else. This is my first attempt at mobile. Back to you, Eric. Into RRA, ZS1 on the QRZ.com and your videos, but I haven't had an opportunity to switch them on. However, your AM station is very impressive, and I like your mic. That microphone is also a very impressive piece of equipment, and I can see your rotator set, and very impressive. Anyway, I'm going to say 73, Eric, and I'll certainly look out for you, and as I said,